Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Patrick. I'm back here again for my second video. This isn't the second video I planned to make, but it came to my attention that not a lot of people knew about this refugee or migrant crisis that BBC likes to call it. Now, to help people understand, I'm going to be using an analogy. Now, with this analogy, I'm going to specifically be talking about the EU and the UK. It can be used for other countries, but I live in the UK, so that's what I'm going to focus on. All right, now, when you listen to this, please take it with a grain of salt. I'm not a politician. I'm just a British citizen, and this is how I see it. Okay, so there's a lot more detail to this, but I'm just giving a general overview so you can get what's going on. If you need any more detail, you can read about it in other places. Okay, so imagine a continent as a house party. It's massive, the biggest house party I've ever seen. It's like a super mansion. It's crazy. Now, this house party / continent is made up of countries / rooms. So in this massive house party, there's separate rooms. In this continent, there's separate countries. Now, one of the rooms in the party we're going to focus on is the UK's room. Now, I said countries make up this, and I know the UK is a collection of countries, but just for the ease of explaining this, I will be saying the UK is a country sometimes, okay? Do not judge me. Okay, so to understand some people's thoughts on this and some people's motivations, we have to go to the very beginning. Okay, so we have our room / country in this house party / continent, okay? Here's the UK. Empty room, alright? The first party goes, these are the people, the first at the party, they're there early. We'll call these people the native Britons, okay? So the first people at the party, first people in this room, first people in this country, native Britons. Now from these group of native Britons, they elect the DJ. Now the DJ is the leader of this party / country. So this will be your king, your queen, PM, just general leader if you want to call them. That's what the DJ is. It's the DJ's job to control the music that's played in this party. The music in this instance is our laws and our rights. Things such as equality, free trade, property rights. Those are our laws, our rights / music. Now, the original party goers, they voted on what music they wanted. So they voted on what laws and what rights they wanted. So they were like, we want this certain sort of music. Let's say they wanted hip hop. So they were like, we want hip hop. We want this DJ to play hip hop. That's it. That's how we're going to do it. It's the DJ's responsibility to play this music in a way that the citizens will like, the way that they'll enjoy. Now, if the music / rights are good enough, then there'll be dancing. And dancing in this case is going to be our beliefs, our cultures, our lifestyles, our values, stuff like that. That's what our dancing is. So if you have good music, there's going to be dancing. So you have good laws and rights. There's going to be good values. Well, there should be good beliefs, good lifestyles. Now, the originators not only voted on the DJ, not only voted on what music, not only made the dance moves that they're going to be doing, they also made the food and the drink that are going to be at the party. Now, the food and the drink at the party is our economy, it's our jobs, it's our aid. So, to clarify, this is the UK's party at the moment. We've got our DJ, we've got our original party goers, we've got our music, we've got our dancing, and we've got our food and drink. Now, things are generally going well. The natives enjoyed what they've created. Okay, so this is where things change. Other people hear about how good this party is. Other house parties, other continents. They decide, this is a pretty good party, let's crash it. So they invade our party. There's people like the French or the Scandinavians way back in the day. They change our food and drink. They change our music. They change some of our dancing. It influences how this party goes. And that's how it's been for a very long time. Everyone's been mixing. So this is all getting too much. The DJ decides we need to lock this off. They add bouncers to the door. No one's just getting in willy-nilly, okay? Now he allows people to visit the party, but they can't stay unless they can provide something that adds to our dance moves, adds to our music, and adds to our food and drink. These people can stay. Now, there's some people that chose to do this, and now we have non-natives staying in our party. They're enjoying themselves, they're doing their thing, they've added to our society, and they have the right to stay here. Okay, so there are a few natives that aren't happy with this movement, but there's not a lot of them. They only do the odd march now or again, like the EDL. Don't have to worry about those people. They're the people in the party. They're in the corner. They sip their drinks. They're people watching, they're making comments. That's them all the way in the corner. No one cares. So that's where we were before this crisis. There's mixing, parties generally going good. Few people don't like it. Doesn't matter. Parties generally going very well. Now, way down the road, there's the Middle Eastern house party. Now, this house party is not doing so well. The music is quite low quality. The citizens are trying to dance. They're passionate, but if you have bad music, it's quite difficult to dance to. And there's not much food and drink. The table's almost bare. And what makes this party even worse are their fights everywhere. Now, this becomes too much for the people at the Middle Eastern house party. They decide they can't take this anymore. It's not good enough, and they want to leave. They want to find a better party somewhere else. But it's not that easy to get to this other party. Outside their party is a massive lightning storm, like a monsoon. It's insane, okay? It's not easy to get from one place to the other. But their party is so bad, it's so dead, that they've decided, forget it. We're going to go try and get to this other house party. It's going to be better. So they're going to the storm at a chance of a better party. Now the storm is so bad, there's people getting lost along the way and never found again. That's how bad the storm is. Now, for the Middle Eastern partiers that do get to this party, that do weather the storm, that do survive, it's not all plain sailing from then on. They're not just here and they can just jump in. There's only a few rooms that are letting these guys in to the European house party. Now, certain rooms are filling up. These rooms would be Germany, Sweden. There's a lot of these Middle Eastern house parties there, and they decide that other rooms need to take on this burden. One of the people that need to take on this burden is the UK, because they haven't taken on as much as these other countries. Now, that takes us back to our room, UK's room in the party. Now, our DJ, our leader, doesn't really want much of these refugee party goers to come into our party. They've made a very small amount be able to come into our country. But due to pressure from other DJs, our DJ Cameron, has given in to this pressure and decided, yes, we're going to take on more, at least 10,000. Okay, so there's some people that are for taking on more of these refugees, and there's some people that are actually against it. Now, for the people that are for it, their arguments are that these refugees went through so much hardship at their party. It was awful, and they've weathered a storm just to get here. Some of their friends and family have been lost trying to get to this party, and it would be the decent human thing to do that when they actually get here, to help them out. That's the best thing we can do for them. Another argument is that there isn't much of them. We can let in a few. There's millions of us. If we can let in more than just, let's say, 10,000, we can let in the sort of numbers that Sweden are letting in. I think it's 18,000. And also, once we help these people out, they might be able to contribute to our party. They might be able to add some food and drink. They might be able to add some dance moves. Now, for the people against it, they're saying that there isn't enough food and drink. There isn't enough economy. There isn't enough of what we can give them that we don't already need. Other arguments being it's for the people in the UK. They think we don't owe them anything. We owe something to our own country, and that's it. And just because they came here, it's not our problem. Others think that they're not going to like our dance moves, not going to like the Running Man, they're not going to like our music, and maybe they don't like Drake. They're not going to adhere to the sort of music we've been playing and the sort of dances we'll be doing. Others think that this is just them fleeing from their party, and in reality, they should be staying and standing up and saying, look, this is our party. It's not very nice now, but we need to sort it out. We need a new DJ. We need new music, and we need to better our food and drink. It's down to them to sort out their own party, not us. Now, is this an easy thing to do? Not really. When you have a sort of regime as they have in the Middle East, it's not easy to just change certain parts of a party like this, change certain parts of a country like this. Now, you'd think this sort of thinking was just exclusive to the people in the corner, the natives that weren't happy with all the mixing in the first place, but that's actually not true. There's actually a lot of people in this party that don't think the ideas of these Middle Easterners coming over into this country, they think that it's a bad idea for this country, even though years ago they did the same. It's slightly different though, and you can see why they'd think their arguments stand more than someone else's. Now, some people would say it's hypocritical. You came over here, you settled here, you weren't originally born here, but you settled into this country. And then they would reply, yes, but we had music to add, we had food to add, we had dance moves to add. But yeah, would you still say they were hypocritical? Not to say that the natives are consistent. They love pizza, they love Chinese food, they love beautiful women, but they're still opposed to new people joining the party. Okay, so what do you think about the situation? Do you think we should let them in? Do you think we should let a load of them in? Do you think it should be controlled? What do you think DJ Cameron should do? And did this video help you understand a bit more what's happening in people's motivations? If it did, then please share it. It'll be able to help out other people as it's helped you, hopefully. And yeah, that's it. As I said, not the video I plan to make, and I will be continuing with my original content. I just thought I might make this video to help people understand exactly what's going on, and I hope it's just done that. So, time for me to go.